For those of us out there who don't know what Sugarfina is, what is it?
Yeah, so Sugarfina is a totally new concept in candy. We wanted to create a candy boutique for grown-ups, as opposed to most candy stores are for kids. So we set out to create something that was much more sophisticated and gourmet candies from all around the world. So we traveled to dozens of countries. I personally taste tested probably about 2,500 candies.
Are you kidding
me? Yeah, and it's a tough job, but someone has to do it, right?
So you and Josh, your co-founder, you guys really went literally around the world and found just some of the most unique candies. What were you looking for?
So a lot of the times we were just kind of stumbling across these amazing candy makers. And you know, we have a whole range of candy makers that we work with. Some of them are a group of 10 people who it's been handed down from generation to generation, like in this little tiny town in Italy. They've been making candy the same way for 400 years.
Oh my gosh.
And there's just like this amazing story to it. So with one of our candies, they actually harvest roses in the hills behind their factory. They take these roses and they distill them down into rose water, and then they have a candy that has a little droplet of that rose water syrup inside.
So you started online, and then how did you scale this business to, you know, now you're soon going to be in 6 stores.
Yeah, so we knew we always wanted to open a store, but it was really important to test the concept first. We didn't want to just put all that money into opening a retail store because it's very expensive. So we launched the website and it took off so fast. We were blown away by how quickly, you know, we were getting customers and people were just kind of naturally really responding to it. So we opened our first store in Southern California in November of 2013.
In Beverly Hills.
In Beverly Hills, yep. And within a year we had 3 stores in Southern California. And this spring, we're going to be expanding up to the Bay Area. So we'll be opening 2 stores in San Francisco in May, and then 1 in San Jose in early fall.
Also, I've seen you guys everywhere. I feel like I've seen you on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I can't believe I just said that out loud because, like, that means I watch it.
That's everyone's story. Is they're like, I don't watch the show, but I happened to see this one episode and saw you guys on there.
Your branding is really key. You know, your packaging, your just the whole, you know, all around brand is so thoughtful. How did you come up with that? And also, how do you stick to a brand like that? Like, how do you know if it fits within your brand?
Absolutely. So that's always something that I think about every day. And my background is branding. Before candy, I worked on Barbie.
Yes.
So I went from like one little girl's dream job to another. But that experience there really taught me a lot about branding and particularly about fashion, because Barbie is a fashion doll first and foremost. And so looking at it through that lens of, you know, establishing what you want to be and make sure that you're really different in the market. We could have just gone in and opened any candy store, but we said, no, we want to actually do the exact opposite of what everyone else is doing. On every touch point, different candy, different packaging, different store design, different retail look and feel, much higher level of service. And so we really had that as our filter of being the #1 luxury candy brand and thinking about what everyone else does and how we can do it completely differently.
Do you have a first candy memory?
From when I was a little kid?
Yeah.
So I always ate really weird things as a little kid. So this is like full disclosure. I would eat things like chalk and paper. I had very strange, like I was the kid who ate the chapstick, believe it or not. So strangely, I grew up with this affinity for kind of like chalky candies. So we don't carry this type of stuff, but like I would like eat Altoids like they were candy, and I would, I guess that's probably why I like the really like crunchy, weird licorice candies. So all the weird stuff that you're like, how do people eat that? That's like my thing. So
I love that you're like, I'm the kid who ate chapstick, but now I taste test 2,500
right. Yeah, I have much better taste
right
now
ones.
than I did when I was a kid. Maybe I got it all out of my system when I was a kid.
Well, one of the really interesting things that I think you guys have done, I know you pay a lot of people in candy. Is that correct?
Yeah, anytime anybody asks us anything, we always use the startup phrase of, sorry, we don't have any money, but we have lots of candy. So we do a lot of our business relationships in trade, which works out great.
That's so funny. I mean, it's like, yeah, we take credit.
Yep,
check.
Cash, credit, gummy bears, or chocolate caramels. I brought you 3 of some of our newest candies. So these are all from different countries. These are called Fruity Loops, and they are from Greece. And we call them Fruity Loops because, one, they look like these pretty little fruity colors.
Oh my goodness.
But the inside of them is crunchy like breakfast cereal. And so I don't know if you want to try one.
I definitely want to try one. Oh, yeah.
So it's like,
Oh,
it's
I
like
like
breakfast cereal, but enrobed in chocolate.
Is there really cereal in there? Could I?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna eat these for breakfast.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of this nutritious breakfast, right?
Oh, it's very nutritious.
Just throw in a banana.
Little
So they're just like
sneakers.
cute little tennis shoes,
Too much eating candy.
gummy.
That is delicious.
This is my crack, like when I'm going through a day and I'm having a really hard day, I'm like, I just need some dark chocolate toasted hazelnuts.
And then this is the cocktail hour.
Yes.
So this is a bento
So this
box?
is our bento box. So this is kind of like our signature gift box and what we're known for. In our stores, you can come in and take an empty box and pick all the cubes to go inside it. So there's
fun.
8 little compartments and you can pick whatever you like to go inside. This one is our cocktail collection, so it's all of our cocktail themed candies around the world.
Well, Rosie, you are clearly an incredible female entrepreneur. What is one piece of advice you have for a woman who'd like to start a company like you one day?
The piece of advice that I would give for women entrepreneurs is this is a really interesting time, and I actually think there's an opportunity to being a woman entrepreneur because you can stand out. And I would say take that opportunity. Understand that you are going into a world where you are a minority, but play that to your advantage. I think women bring a perspective that is so fresh and so different and so interesting and really valuable. Show that and show that you think differently, and thinking differently can be better a lot of the time.
I'm like the Valley Girl.
And I'm like Rosie of Sugarfina.
Are you on a constant sugar high?
Yeah, I think so.